So this story is from a man, and he said, I just found out that my 2 children are not my own. In fact, the 2 children belong to the man my wife introduced to me as her cousin brother. All my life I've stayed in Canada. So 3 years ago, I came back to Nigeria because I wanted to look for a good woman to marry. So my friend advised me that if I'm looking for a God-fearing woman, that I should go to church and look out for a very beautiful sister and make her my wife. The first day I went to church, I took a notice of this girl that was glowing. The way she was dressed, the way she was composed, the way her hair was made. Everything about her was in check. And the way she was dancing when the priest was praising God. The way she was praying, the way she was praising. In fact, I was captivated by everything I saw. So I approached her then and we started talking. We started hanging out and we started going to midweek services and we started going to choir rehearsals, even though I wasn't interested in all those things. But I had to do them because I wanted to stay close to her and get to know her more. So we started dating and I asked her to be my wife because you don't need a lifetime to tell a good woman is a good woman. She accepted to be my wife. We made everything fast. We did our wedding and I started processing her papers after I left Nigeria. I went back to Canada and she was happy when her papers came out. She came to meet me and that was the happiest day of my life. Mind you, before I left Nigeria to Canada, she was already 3 months pregnant. So when she got here, everything was easy. She had our first child and then the second one came. Mind you, there is this guy that my wife introduced to me that this guy is his cousin. And sometimes this guy comes to our house in Canada to stay because he also lives in Canada. Sometimes he comes to stay with me and my wife for like 4 days, sometimes a week. My last baby was sick and I needed to get my baby blood, and unfortunately they said I wasn't a match. My wife wasn't a match too. I secretly run a DNA test on my babies and I just found out that they are not mine. So just out of suspicion, I said, this is the only guy that I have seen around my wife. Let me just know if their DNA will match. And to my greatest surprise, I just found out that this man is the father of my kids. The man that my wife told me is her distant cousin is the father of my children. I confronted my wife. I told her, how could she do this to me? And that's when she told me that she's sorry, that the guy is actually her lover, that she only married me because she knows that I am going to be her ticket to Canada, that she took interest in me when I told her that I am based in Canada. Now my problem is, I've been the father of these kids all their life, thinking that they are mine. I know that they are still young and that I am still young too, and I can marry another woman. But this is me telling young guys that meeting a lady in church does not guarantee that she is a good woman. It does not guarantee that she is the woman of your dreams or the woman that God has ordained for you. The ones that stand on the street are still the ones that wear good clothes and sit in the front row of church. Me and my wife have already started making plans to part ways. I've already moved out of the house. I told her she can stay in the house. I am currently staying with my friend until I get myself an apartment. So once the divorce is finalized, everybody will go their separate ways, because I don't want to keep reminding myself of what she did to me. So this is my story. Please, young guys, be careful out there. The worst mistake you can make in this life is marrying a bad woman.